Hi, my name is Kirk Hamilton, and I'm the host of the Staying Healthy Today show, and I'm also a practicing physician assistant, and I'm right here in my exam room where I spend most of my days talking to patients. Today I want to talk to you about headaches, and they can be very complicated, but I think there's some basics. If everybody did, most people wouldn't have to go to their doctor to be evaluated for. And so let's start off with the biggest thing, food. Most people don't realize that headaches can cause, any kind of food can cause a headache, or it can aggravate a migraine, or it could aggravate a condition where you're in pain and you have a headache. So here's how you find out about food. I have a very simple, call it the basic elimination diet. These are the foods that if you went to an allergist's office and said, and you did a poll and said, what are the classic food allergens? They'd say dairy products, glutinous grains, certain citrus, nightshade family, peanuts, maybe eggs. So what I did was I just took those off this list. So this list is a shopping list, and I highly recommend that if you have chronic headaches, especially chronic headaches, that you try and go on this food list. You can eat from every food group so you won't be starving. So that's number one. You've got to think of food first. Two is you have to think of special kinds of foods. For example, if I had a glass of red wine every day, one piece of chocolate, and a cup of coffee, I would have headaches every day of my life. Okay? Now, those may seem harmless to many people, but those foods can cause problems. So if you're going on the elimination diet, one thing you should really try and do is for 2 weeks go off caffeine, coffee, sugar, and alcohol. And it may take a few days to stabilize after that. You might get a rebound headache if you're drinking a lot of coffee or a lot of caffeinated drinks, but it can trigger a headache. The next thing is think about your medications. And here's a classic example that I've experienced many times. Many times older patients will take a brand of aspirin that has caffeine in it. Now they think they're taking it for pain, but they're also getting a boost from the caffeine. And they start taking it very frequently for their pain. And then what happens, they start getting headaches. So when you're getting people off, let's say it's aspirin with caffeine in it, you need to ask about medications and ask about caffeine components to medications. Okay, now we want to talk about supplements. There are some basic supplements that can help. We actually give intravenous magnesium when people come in for migraines, and if we catch them early enough, we can abort the migraine headache. Some of the things that have been used for migraine are magnesium, vitamin B2 or riboflavin in big doses like 400 milligrams. Magnesium would be somewhere between 300 and 600 milligrams. You just have to watch for loose stools or diarrhea. Coenzyme Q10, a couple hundred milligrams. And also feverfew, about 75 milligrams. So those are some of the basic supplements. Some people add fish oils into that as an anti-inflammatory. So you do the diet, you get off those medications and those problem foods, and you do some supplements. Now the next thing is environment. If you are, for example, sleeping in a bedroom that's got mold in it, or you're sleeping with a wonderful animal like a cat next to your nose every night, or those wonderful stuffed animals, that can create and aggravate any allergies you have and cause sinus pressure and trigger a headache. So you've got to clean up the bedroom environment. And there's a place called National Allergy Supply. If you Google that, there's a little handout that you can find on how to clean up your bedroom. So you've got to clean up your home environment, your bedroom, keep the pets out of the bedroom. And lastly is stress. Let's say you have a tendency towards a headache. Let's say a couple pieces of chocolate and I have that, the headache's kind of there, and then I get stressed out. Boom, you manifest the headache. So stress can obviously make these muscles very tense and aggravate the condition. So these are simple things you can do for a headache, and I encourage you, even if you're going to a neurologist or some specialist, many times they don't ask about food, they don't ask about environment, they ask about some of the medications and stress reduction. So my name's Kirk Hamilton. You can get the elimination diet on my website. Basically, this is a food list. You go to prescription2000.com underneath educational handouts, and you can print this out and use it as a shopping guide. And you can get my book right now online at prescription2000.com during the holiday season, 2 for 1 and 40% off. So until next time, and this is on YouTube, stay healthy.